We continue with our reflection for creative arts and sports. What we're going to be looking at today is a KJSEA prediction paper, which will guide us on the area for performing arts and how we are supposed to tackle different questions in that area. We are going to answer all the questions in the spaces provided for each question. And our first question in this paper is question number 41. So write the letter names for each of the notes on the stubs below in the spaces marked 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first stub that we have here is a triple stub because it has this mark, which is a treble clef. On the treble clef, line number 1, which is the line at the bottom, is usually E. That line is represented or it represents note E. Below it, what we have here, this line that has been added here is a ledger line. A ledger line increases the number of lines and spaces. So below it, we have created a new space which is going to be represented by note E, D. Then the line itself, that is the ledger line, will be note C, and below it we are going to have note B. That means this first note here will be note B. After E, on our first line we have note F, then we have note G, we have note A, note B, and note C on the space where we have this semibrief. We have a sharp which is put in for it. That means that note is going to be C sharp. On the other side, we have a bass staff because of this sign here, which is a bass clef. When a bass clef is put on a staff, that staff becomes a bass staff. On a bass staff, the line between the two dots, this line between the two dots is always F. So to go down from F, we shall have E, then we shall have D, then C, the line will be B, the first space will be A. So the first semibrief here, that is 3, will represent note A. From F again, here we shall have G, then A, then B. We have a ledger line here. This ledger line will be C after the B. Just created a new space which will be D, and the next ledger line will be E. So the next note will be note E. So you need to note that ledger lines will add a new line and a new space, and the naming will be continuous from A to G, back to A, again upwards to G. The next question, so that the following rhythm is in 3/4 time. Rewrite it grouping the notes appropriately. We also told to insert bar lines. Now in 3/4 time, our main beat is a crochet, and crochet is one beat. When you look at how the beaming of these notes has been done, it is not correct. So this is what we are going to have. We are going to break this set of quavers here. We also break this one here. Then we shall combine this one with the first one here. So what are we going to have? We are going to have first one after breaking this part here. Then this one we're going to combine it with this to give us another pair of quivers. We are left with another pair here, that is this one here. Then a crochet is a whole bit. This one will stand alone. We have a quiver here which we are going to combine with the first one here. So we are going to have a pair. Then we are left with one more pair. Remember, we told it is in 3/4 time. So there are 3 crochet beads in every bar. This will be one bit, another bit, another bit. So these ones are 3. So we insert a bar line. Then we have 1, 1, and 1. We insert a bar line. And at the end of every bar, we should always have a double bar line. So that's what you should have done in this question. So next question, we told that learners of Juhudi Junior School prepared a Kenyan folk song for entertainment during their school's Parents' Day. Their teacher asked them to use appropriate costumes and music instruments in the folk song performance. Outline 5 roles of costumes in this performance. The first role of costume would be cultural identity. Different people from different regions have different costumes for their dances. So the costume that these learners will wear when performing this folk song will enable the audience to know the community from which the folk song is from. Number 2, we have characterization. Costumes help in characterization in that they help performers to embody specific roles. E.g., if in the folk song a learner is singing as a warrior, they will wear that specific costume which will make them be notable as warriors. Then 3, we have performance enhancement. In that, the costumes will help in capturing the attention of the audience. Then 4, historical accuracy. And when we talk about historical accuracy, that costumes help in preserving the culture of the different communities from which they are from. Then 5, they reflect the mood of the folk song. And 6, can say they help to capture the attention of the audience. So costumes will help in capturing the attention of the audience. The next question, so to identify 5 roles played by instruments in this performance. 1. Instruments help in creating a rhythmic foundation. So instruments like drums, shakers help in maintaining the beat or keep the beat of the folk song. Then 2, cultural authenticity. So So different costumes, or sorry, different instruments are used for different cultures and different songs. For example, a Sekuti drum will be used in the Sekuti dances. So that one will help in identifying the specific culture of which that different folk song is from. So cultural authenticity is brought about by the instrument. Then three brings about melodic support. Four, instruments help in harmonic support. Five, instruments will help in signaling and directing. And in this we mean that depending on how an instrument is playing, those people performing the folk song will know when it is time to turn, when it is time to be more vigorous, and so on. And six, we can talk of adding texture and timbre variety. So these are the different roles of instruments in a folk song performance. To our next question, during their school's Parents' Day, learners from Warsaw Junior School performed a group verse that they had presented at the regional drama festivals and ranked at a qualifying second position. The parents found the learners' presentation interesting. Identify two ways in which the parents could have responded to the performance. So when learners performed, parents could respond by an applause. They could also respond by cheering. They could also respond by silence, could also have a standing ovation, and this is done if whatever is being performed is exceeding expectations and is usually the highest way of response. Then they could also nod or smile. So these are the different ways in which they could have responded. Remember, the parents in this case are the audience. Next question. Identify two aspects that could have influenced the choice of theme for a verse. When one is coming up with a theme for a verse, they could be influenced by external experiences. So they could be influenced by external experiences. It could be an inspiration. It could be also a cultural and social context. Could also be influenced by the audience where they are going to perform to and purpose of the verse. So if the audience is children, the verse is going to be about children issues. If it's to adults, then it's going to be on adult issues. Then to our next question, to outline two areas of improvement the regional adjudicators could have advised the runners to work on. So in verse performance, there are areas which are looked at, which includes one, diction and clarity. Facial variation, eye contact, that is with the audience, and engagement, then movement and gestures, then on managing stage fright. These are the different areas of management that an adjudicator is likely to highlight during a vast performance. So in our next video, we shall look at the second part on sports.
Фотография твоя ряд воспоминаний.